Ok, en la clase de hoy vamos a ver cómo colocar una orden, una comanda con la cocina. Usualmente hay 3 copias de la comanda. Vamos a ver cómo lo hace Mary. Vamos a checar la narración, vamos a checar las frases que utiliza Mary. En la clase de hoy va a salir mucho vocabulario que tiene que ver con atender las mesas y con la orden de comidas. En esta clase se llama colocar las comandas o las órdenes de comida con la cocina. Y lo vamos a hacer todo en inglés. Después de checar la narración y cómo lo hace Mary, tenemos unos vocabularios y nos vamos a ir directo a rellenar los vasos de agua, a prender los puros, a cambiar los ceniceros. Vamos a escuchar la narración de esta situación en inglés en el restaurante para agarrar vocabulario y educación o reglas que hacen en los restaurantes. Así que vamos a preparar en nuestro cuaderno una lista de vocabulario, una lista de atención especial, donde vamos a tener muchas palabras nuevas que son de la industria del restaurante, que tienen que ver con las actividades que están cuando tomas una orden de comida que vimos en la última clase. Después vamos a hacer unos ejercicios con estos vocabularios. Los vocabularios incluyen acciones como las que puedes ver aquí, los trabajadores moviéndose. Entonces en el vocabulario vamos a ver acciones del restaurante, acciones de tu área de trabajo, y también en el vocabulario incluyen adjetivos, que son palabras que describen. Todas las palabras van a describir algo en el restaurante. Es vocabulario del restaurante. Y también vamos a tener cosas que salen en el restaurante. Entonces nuestros apuntes deben de estar divididos entre cosas, acciones, y las otras son palabras que describen. Vamos a empezar con la narración de Mary, colocando una orden de comida con la cocina. Y lo vamos a hacer todo en inglés. So, listen to unit number 5. Unit number 5, placing food orders with the kitchen. There are usually 3 copies of the food order. So we're going to listen to Mary place the food orders with the kitchen. When we listen to Mary placing the food orders with the kitchen, please check all the vocabulary. Today is a vocabulary class. Check all the vocabulary that Mary is using, and especially listen to the vocabulary in this section that the narrator is saying. The narrator. Listen to the section at the bottom of the pictures. That's where all the vocabulary is in today's class. After we listen, we can check the notes. Check the notes that you're going to put in your notebook. We have verbs, we have nouns, and we have adjectives. We need the verbs, the nouns, and the adjectives for the exercises that we're doing today. We also have the special attention section. This section has very important vocabulary that you need to work in the restaurant. The second part of today's class is called refilling water glasses, lighting cigars, changing ashtrays. So we're also gonna look at Mary refilling the water glasses, Mary lighting the cigars, and Mary changing the ashtrays in the restaurant. So there's gonna be some very important vocabulary in the narrator section, So listen to the narrator. All the vocabulary that the narrator is using to talk about the restaurant, we have it in our notes. We have actions, we have things, and we have adjectives. We also have the special attention section, which has very important vocabulary that you need to work in the restaurant, like your tools and things like that. When we listen to the situations, we need to pay attention to the verbs because we have a exercise with the verbs of the different things that the staff, the waiting staff is doing in the restaurant. So we have an exercise with action verbs. Then we have an exercise with the adjectives, the words that describe different things in the restaurant. And then we have an exercise with the different things, different objects that we have in the restaurant. So pay attention to the verbs, the adjectives, and all the different things in the restaurant. Okay, let's get started. Let's listen to the first part of today's class, which is placing food orders with the kitchen. Placing food orders with the kitchen. Lesson.
Placing food orders with the kitchen. Part 1. Text and dialogues. Mary gave one copy of the food order to the hot kitchen, where the hot food is prepared. For table 14, she left the second copy with the cold kitchen for the salads and other cold dishes. Order for table 14. She kept the last copy for herself. Mary collected the special knives and forks for steak and fish. She also put a full bread basket and a butter dish on her tray. The bread basket contained rolls, slices and sticks of wholemeal and white bread. At the table, she checked her copy of the food order and replaced some of the existing cutlery with the steak and fish knives and forks. Mary placed the basket of bread and the butter dish in the center of the table. Excuse me, sir. Unit 5A. Refilling water glasses, lighting cigarettes, changing ashtrays. Part 1. Text and dialogues. Mary brought a water jug to the table and topped up the half-empty water glasses. She kept one arm behind her back as she worked. A guest was going to smoke a cigarette. Mary took a lighter out of her apron pocket and lit the cigarette for him. She noticed that the ashtray had more than 2 cigarette butts in it. So she brought a clean ashtray on a tray to the table. Holding the tray in her left hand, she placed the clean ashtray over the used one and lifted both ashtrays onto her tray. She then put the clean ashtray back on the table. Unit 5. Placing food orders with the kitchen.
Placing food orders with the kitchen. Let's look at Unit 5, placing food orders with the kitchen, and look for the verbs. Let's look for the verbs. Mary gave. She gave. This is Mary, and this is the gave. She gave one copy to the hot kitchen, where the food is prepared. She left the second copy. All these are actions. Gave, prepared, left. Next, she kept the last copy. This is kept. This is kept. Next, she collected. Mary collected. She collected the special knives and the special forks. Next, she put. She also put. These are all verbs. Gave, prepared, left, kept, collected, put. Next, the breadbasket contained. She checked her copy. This is check. Next, she replaced. Next, she placed. Now let's look at the pictures so we know what is the action. What is the action? We don't need Spanish. We don't need another language for this. We just need the pictures. Here's the gave. I'm going to put the verbs in color green. I'm going to signal the verbs in the picture with the color green. Okay. She gave one copy. This is gave. This is gave in the picture. The food is prepared. This is prepared. This is the action prepared. She left the second copy with the cold kitchen for the salads. This is left. She left it. She left it there. She kept the last copy for herself. This is kept. This is kept. She collected. This is collected. This is collected. She collected the special knives and special forks. This is collected. She put a bread basket on her tray. This is put on the tray. This is the tray. This is put on the tray. The bread basket contained. This is contained.
Contain is verb?
This is contained. Correct. Contain, it is verb. She checked. She's checked. This is check. This is check. She replaced. This is replaced. This is replaced. And she placed. This is the placed. Placed. This is the placed. So those are all the verbs for today's class. Now, let's look for the different things. Different things in today's class. I'm going to put the things in color blue. Color blue. And I'm going to put the things that I heard in the narration, and I'm going to find it on the picture too. So put the things in our notebooks. Let's organize all the things. We finished with the verbs. Finished with the verbs. So we have the copy. Copy, here's the copy. We have the hot food. Here's the hot food. Hot food. Second copy, here's the second copy. We have salads, but no salad in the picture. The last copy is here, copy number 3. Last copy. Knives, here are the special knives, special forks. Knives and forks. We also have steak and fish, but I don't see a picture. Steak and fish. We have the full bread basket. The full bread basket. Full bread basket. We have the butter dish. The butter dish. And the butter. We have the special knife and special fork. We have the tray. Here's the tray. We also have the bread basket over here again. Bread basket. And we have the rolls, the sticks, and slices. slices of bread, rolls of bread, and sticks of bread. And the bread is, we have wholemeal and we have white bread for the diet and for the fat people. We have the table. We have the table. We have the copy. We checked the copy already. We have the food order copy, which is right here. She checked it. Next, we have the cutlery, which is the knives and the forks. The cutlery, and of course the steak knife and the fish knives. And the steak fork and the fish forks. One more time. In the picture, I see the bread basket and the tray. So in the next picture, we have the bread basket. We have the butter dish. And we have the table. She placed it in the center of the table. All right, that's all the things for today. So guess what? The book should have all the things right here in our notes. And they do. Yeah, they have it. Basket, bread, butter, center of the table, the main course, the cutlery, the butter dish, the edge, I'm not sure where that was, the kitchen, the rolls of bread, the slices of bread, the sticks of bread, those are shapes. And we have the verbs. We have collect, contain, keep, leave, place, prepare, and replace. Mary finished her job. She finished in the picture. We took the picture. She finished. So the verbs are in past in the pictures, and the verbs are in present over here in the notes. So if you pay attention, then you can learn the present and the past for the verbs. And to finish the notes, we have the special attention, which is important vocabulary in the restaurant. In today's class, they think is very important the hot and cold kitchen, the steak knife, the fish knife and the fish fork, the slice of bread, the roll of bread, then the rolls, the wholemeal, which is not white bread, is wholemeal, and the last one, they put a verb. This verb, replace. They put it over here, replace. Excellent, excellent. So those are only for the notes. And we have the notes here and here. Now let's do the same thing, but let's check in the next section where she refilled the water glasses. She lit the cigars or cigarettes, and she changed the ashtrays. So let's look at the verbs. Mary brought. Here's the first verb. Now I'm going to put the verbs in blue. Brought. Topped. Top off or top up. Sometimes people say off. Here they said up. Top up, top off. This is the verb. Now let's go to she kept, she kept. She worked, she worked. The guest was going to smoke. He was going to smoke a cigarette, the little ones. Next, she took. Mary took a lighter. Oh, took out. She took out. Two phrasal verbs. Top off. Top off. Took out. Took out. Phrasal verbs means it's one phrase. She lit. She lit the cigarette. Lit. She noticed that the ashtray had. So she brought a clean ashtray. Holding. Holding. She was holding. Holding the tray. Holding the tray. So right here she's holding. Right here she brought it. Right here she noticed. She noticed. She lit. She lit. He smoked. No picture smoke. Oh, here's the smoking. He's smoking. Took out. Took out. Here's the took out in the picture. Top off. Here's the top off. Oh, and here's the top off again. Top off or top up. She kept one arm behind her back. So here's kept the arm behind her back. She brought the water jug. Holding in the picture. She lifted the ashtrays. So she lifted, it's in the picture. They want to show that she's moving. It's not moving, it's lifting. And then she put back. Another phrasal verbs. Oh, there's some phrasal verbs. Phrases means verb and preposition. Put back. Took out. Top off. Phrasal verbs. Those are very difficult in English. Very difficult. So now let's check the things. Those are all the verbs for today in this section, in this part. So now let's look at the different things in the restaurant. Special vocabulary because you can only find these things in the restaurant. Here's the water jug. I'm gonna put the things in pink or fuchsia color, pink color. Water jug. Water glasses, the water glasses. Her arm. This is her arm. We have two arms. Her arms and her back. This is her back. Her arm and her back. Obviously, we have the cigarette right here. Or the big ones from Cuba, those are cigars. We have the lighter right here, the little Zippo lighter. And we have the pocket, apron pocket. Here's my shirt pocket, but her pocket is in her apron. So we have the apron, so she doesn't get her uniform dirty. We have the guest, him. Now we have the ashtrays, let's see. We also have clean ashtray and dirty ashtray. The ashtrays. And we have the tray, regular tray. The tray. She's holding the tray right here. Tray. Ashtray is for the cigarettes. And the big one for the waiters, for the food, the drinks, the ashtrays. It's just a regular tray. Okay. So those are all the things. And those are the verbs. So right here in the book, they have the notes ready for you. It's already ready. Bring, change, hold, keep, lift, light the cigarettes, notice, perform, reach across, refill, remove, and top up. Those are the verbs. And then we have the things. The apron, the arm, the ashtray, her back, cigarette butts. Oh, the cigarette butts, which are right here. Cigarette butts. 2 cigarette butts.
Oh, okay.
We have the etiquette and the water jug. We have the lighter, the water pitcher is the same like a water jug, and the pockets. her apron pocket. And these are adjectives. Behind, clean, full, half empty, onto, over. These are prepositions, onto, over, to the right. And another adjective, used, the used ashtray. You see the adjectives describe the things. Used ashtray. Or clean ashtray. Or the full ashtray. Excellent. And to finish today's vocabulary, we have the special attention, which is usually some tools or different special things in the restaurant. Like the water jug. Today's difficult verb. Tap up the water glasses. We have the cigarette butts, which is when they finish the cigarette. We have the etiquette. Etiquette is very respectful, is the education. The education, for example, when you have to light the cigarettes. And we have the phrase, stand to the right of someone. Stand to the right of someone. And we also have reach across someone or reach across the table. These are for special attention, which means they're very important in the restaurants. All right, so that's it for all the vocabulary that we're checking. We're just checking the vocabulary. Next, we're gonna do the exercises. Let's do some exercises.